Hey, Sammy. Oh, you are on mute.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good, good. Happy to speak with you.
Happy to speak with you too. I love your background.
Thank you, thank you. I tell everybody that's how I throw everybody's dreams into the universe so they can come true.
Oh, I love that.
So tell me what you're working on. It sounds like you have a lot of exciting things going on.
Well, we just finished the third season of American Gangster Trap Queens, A. Smith and BET Plus, and it's streaming now. It started streaming April 7th, and it is the first 5 episodes are amazing.
Yeah, and tell me about your involvement in it.
Well, I'm one of the co-executive producers. I have basically was on the project the entire way. I started developing it. So I helped to develop the third season with a team of other people, and then went into producing it and was involved partly in post, managing Little Kim, who is the voice of our series, and continuing to work with the queens. So I was heavily involved in helping to tell the stories of these women.
Nice. And what would you say was the biggest challenge about working on the show?
Producing any show is very challenging. And I would just say the most challenging thing is making sure that we told each of these stories in an authentic way. And then we stayed true to the women. I make a personal promise to all of the women that we are going to tell their stories. We're going to tell their truths. And because, when you trust someone to tell your story for television and you're someone who's committed crimes, you don't want to be judged. You don't want to feel like you're being judged. And you're just basically sharing your testimony. So it's important to me and to the rest of my team at A. Smith and at BET that we're telling the stories in an authentic way and that we represent these women correctly. So I think that's the biggest challenge, is making sure that we stay true to our word.
And which story this season touched you the most? Because you do have some very interesting stories that are being told.
I mean, for me, all of them touch me the most because they're all very different. And in dealing with these women we're basically with them for over a year. I get to know all of them very personally. So I'm really affected by all of them. I can't say that one story is more compelling to me or one woman is more important or more compelling to me, because I have like an attachment to all of the women.
And you said you do this for over a year. How does the process in filming this start, and how does it progress throughout the year?
Well, we spend a few months developing the series, which means that we have a lot of women that approach us about being on the show, and we interview them. There's countless hours of interviewing them, interviewing like their closest friends and family, so we can get the full scope of their stories. Then we submit them to the network. And then the network, together with the network, we decide on which are the best stories for us to tell in the new season. And then after that, we go into production, and, we have various producers go into the field and produce the stories. We interview the women, we interview contributors, family members, friends that were there with them, spouses, boyfriends. We interview government, anybody from the government that was involved in their cases, whether it's police officers, FBI agents, everybody who can give us a full scope of their story. We're journalists at the end of the day, even though it may seem fun and glossy, because it is fun and glossy. But at the end of the day, we're telling these little mini documentaries, like 43-minute documentaries. And we're putting it all out there and giving all of the facts. And then we shoot the recreation part of it after we finish filming with the women and all of the contributors. And those recreations help to supplement the story, give us sort of like another layer to telling the stories. And then we get into the studio with Little Kim, and she is the voice of our show. And then we deliver.
Yeah, tell me a little bit about working with her. That sounds like a great opportunity because she's just so amazing.
I mean, Kim is one of the sweetest people that I've ever met. We knew each other a little bit when I used to work in the music industry. I used to work for Puff Daddy, so we'd spent a little bit of time in the studio together. So we were already in each other's orbit, and we were sort of familiar with one another. So working with her is just very easy. She feels like working, it's like working with a friend. She's one of the sweetest people on the planet, and she loves the show.
Yeah, I feel like she always gives off that vibe of like such a sweetheart. So I'm glad that she gets to do this. I'm glad that you guys get to work together.
Yeah,
And
it's great. We have a great working relationship, Kim and I.
okay, good. And how do you choose which stories to promote? I know you got into a little bit about this before, but you said you choose the best ones. But what about the ones that don't make it? Do you hold that on for another season? Do you do another special on it? How do you handle that?
There are some stories that we push for that sometimes like not everybody as a team agrees are the best stories. So we have no shame in like repitching them the next season. It doesn't always work for us, but we do try. Um, it really depends on the women. It really depends on the women. They have to be able to tell their stories. And so sometimes you get women who might have really interesting stories, but are not the most articulate in terms of being able to tell it. They are not the greatest on camera. And so we don't want anyone to ever look foolish. And we
Gotcha.
don't want anyone to look like they're uncomfortable in front of the camera. And not everybody is comfortable in front of a camera. We know that. So we do choose the women who can effortlessly tell their stories. And then we look for stories that are very different. While all of these women have committed crimes, and that's like the thread throughout all of the episodes, we look at women who've done different things. So the viewers aren't watching the exact same story over and over again. And people who've had like different journeys, like dynamic journeys. So that's how we choose.
And what's next for you? I mean, you sound like you're really busy with this show, but do you have any other projects on the docket?
I do. I do. I have another show that's coming out later this year, and it's called The Black Beauty Effect. And it's a 3-part series that focuses on the Black influence in the beauty industry.
Ooh.
So it's very different from Trap Queens, but it's also, focusing on Black women, who've done like positive things to move beauty forward.
Oh my gosh, that is amazing. We're gonna definitely have you back on for both those projects because I want to promote those so badly.
Oh, good. Yeah, they're great. I'm very proud of the work that I'm involved in this year. I wanted to do things with like intention and wanted to do things that I wanted. I really love storytelling, so I'm really excited to be able to tell all the stories that have come my way this year.
And one thing I like asking people I interview is tell me a fun fact about yourself.
Oh my God. A fun fact about myself. I love glitter. I'm a glitter enthusiast. If I could just sprinkle and throw glitter on everybody, I would. I know people would probably beat me up for that, but I love glitter.
Oh, I'm all about the glitter. Everything I have is all sparkly and pink and like Elle Woods like and I get made fun of it so bad, but I'm like, you need glitter. You need glitter in life.
And I have crystals everywhere, and I carry crystals in my bag with me.
Oh,
And
I have crystals all over the place too.
every purse has crystals in it, every backpack, every
What's
piece
your
of
favorite
luggage.
kind of crystal that you have? Because I have this. This is what I keep in my office. You can't really see it, but it's like a little tree of amethyst and rose quartz.
Oh, I love rose quartz is my favorite. I always want a loving environment. So rose quartz is like a big thing for me.
Yeah, I'm all about the rose quartz and the amethyst.
See, I love it.
Yes,
Glitter and crystals.
perfect. And but since we're a TV site too, what are you watching these days?
Oh my God. Well, I was obsessed with the Andy Warhol documentary that was
Nice.
on Netflix that Ryan Murphy produced. I thought it was like, I love everything about that time period in art. And I was a huge Basquiat fan. It's the reason why I wanted to go to New York to go to film school. So it's probably one of the best documentaries on Andy Warhol that I've ever seen. They did a wonderful job. But I also love like silly stuff. I've been watching The Gilded Age. I've been watching The Bad Vegan. My stuff, my what I watch is like all over the place. I've been watching Snowfall. I've been watching Swagger.
So yeah, you're really diverse in your TV watching too, because mine just like is all over the place.
Yeah, I appreciate everything. I appreciate scripted. I appreciate non-scripted. I watch The Housewives. My brother is like, you're dumbing your brain down by watching The Housewives. I was like, I
No,
love
you're
it.
not.
No, I can have The Housewives playing in the background and I can shop at the same online shop at the same
Same,
time.
same. What's
Perfect.
your favorite franchise?
It used to be New York, but I didn't really like last season. So I would say my favorite, you know what? My favorite this year was like Miami.
That was so
It,
good, right?
it was a hot mess. It was awesome.
It was, and I like the addition of Julia and Martina. I just think they're pretty awesome.
I know. I thought that was really progressive, but I guess when you have like Andy Cohen, who is like one of the executive producers, he, you know, he's diverse. So I love
Yes.
that they promoted that. Yeah, it was great. It was great.
Nice. And before I let you go, tell me what your housewife's tagline would be if you were chosen to be on the show.
If I was chosen to be on the, oh my God, I'm horrible with taglines. Oh, I don't know. That's a tough one. I don't think I could just think of that off the top of my head. I would never consider myself a housewife.
No, but you're so badass that you would fit right in. You're just so amazing.
I'm not rich. I'm not
Neither am
rich.
I. Neither am I. Wish I could have that kind of money, but nice. And where can we follow you on social media so we can continue to follow your career?
On Instagram, which is where I pretty much where I am, is like it's Andreezy Yo. So it's a little rapper boy from Detroit actually gave me that tag. So it's not something I picked for myself, but it's Andrezi Yo, but you can research me by my name.
Okay, I will definitely add you. Thank you so much. I appreciate you and good luck with everything.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you.
Thank you. We'll talk again soon.
Okay.
Thanks. Bye.